Okay, so let's look at what's called the Big Mac Index, a bond, and Bretton Woods. So let's go back a bit. There we are, Bretton Woods. Okay, so Big Mac Index, how the price of a Big Mac from McDonald's, the restaurant, across different places and time is different. So you could look at a Big Mac, a burger, say from 2010 till 2022, and see how the price has changed. How it's changed, what's happened to it, so that economists can judge the level of inflation, the price of things, and how prices are moving. So by looking at a Big Mac, they can see the price of goods, the price of things, because to make one Big Mac is transportation, the food, the processing of the food, the delivery of the food, the growing of the food, different kinds of food, the vegetable, the bread, the meat and beyond, the sauce, and bringing it together, the transportation, the energy. It takes so many different components and parts to create a Big Mac. So when we can see how the price, let's say in the United Kingdom, of a Big Mac changes over the years, we can see the level of, we can see inflation, especially when we can see how if the price stays the same but the product gets smaller. So a different variation of inflation. So yes, Big Mac Index, how prices change. How prices change over time, which is, so watching inflation. A good measurement, a good barometer, a good metric, good benchmark, something to compare it to. Okay. And a bond. When a company or country borrows money, paying a coupon, interest, at different times to the bond holder. So, I want to borrow $100,000. $100,000. $100,000 for whatever reason, to build a factory, for example, hire workers, expand the business. Fine. I can go to the bank and get a loan. Okay, fine. Possible. Alternatively, I can write a bond by using my name as reputation or brand that I have, or other things as collateral. Say, I've already got $100,000, so I want to get a loan, I want to get a bond of $100,000 to borrow from different investors, private investors, or the market, as opposed to the bank. And I'll pay an interest on that bond over time, every month, every quarter, every 3 months, every year, every 6 months. Depends on what the terms are of the bond that I decide and that the investors agree on. But the point is, it's borrowing money. How cool is that? Now it's Bretton Woods. Now, a July 1944 agreement between the USA and her allies on how to regulate the financial world after World War II. How the world should run after World War II. Now, this was in effect from 1944 until basically 1970. Was it 1 or 2? I can't remember. I think it was 72. And this is how the world operated. And it's basically what's called in a way, a gold standard. Gold standard. Standard where $1 effectively equaled some gold. A level of gold. But in 72, that tie was severed. It was cut off. So the dollar became free floating. It became fiat. Became basically because we say so. This has value because we say it has value. Promise. Or men with guns, as some other people describe it as. So fiat. So this was an agreement between the USA and basically the world apart from the Soviet Union, as to how the financial world would operate after World War II. How cool is that, language explorers? Let's keep exploring.